everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Really hope you're all doing okay and having a great day and an amazing week. My name is Effy and today it is the battle of the palettes. I have pitched the W7 Mardi Gras palette, this one, against the BPerfect Stacey Marie Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette, this one. Do you want to take a guess which eye is which? So this is eye number 1 and this is eye number 2. I don't keep it a secret throughout the video, I do tell you which eye is which right at the start, so don't worry about that. But if you'd like to take a guess down in the comments, please do just take a guess. Yes, these two palettes are very well known. This one is well known because it's a good palette. This one is well known because it is a dupe of the Stacey Marie palette. So these are the two looks I've created. I did use the corresponding shades, but they've come out very, very differently. So that's something to keep in mind. I do give you my final thoughts at the end to let you know what I think about both of the palettes. If that sounds interesting to you, please do just keep on watching. If you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. It's all makeup content here, so if that is your thing, then this is the place for you. It's free to subscribe and it puts a giant smile on my face. But other than that, I'll let you enjoy the video. Okay, so I've pulled you in nice and close. I have both of the palettes in front of me. I'm going to be using the BPerfect Stacey Marie palette on this eye and the W7 Mardi Gras palette on this eye. I have already primed my eyes using the Beauty Bay Eye Base in shade 2. Let's just get into it. So I have a bunch of clean brushes, but if I do use the same brush on both eyes, I will be dusting it off in between. Please don't worry about that. I don't want you to think I'm cheating. Let's give it a go. I kind of know what I want to do. Will it work out? Who knows? Let's see. So I'm going to start off with the Stacey Marie Carnival palette and the shade Khaki. I'm not too worried about the pigment right now, I'm just trying to get the right shape and the colours on there. So this is looking quite nice. The corresponding shade in the Mardi Gras palette is called Olive. The colours are looking pretty much exactly the same. I will say, I think this eye was slightly easier to work with. I think the pigment stayed where I wanted it to. This one has sort of gone a bit awry, but I'm going to try and fix that. So now from the Stacey Marie palette, I'm going in with the shade Bamboo. So again, not really focusing on the blend right now, just trying to get that colour on there. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. And in the W7 palette, it is called Emerald. Okay, so there's a bit more of a difference in those colours. The Stacey Marie one is definitely a bit more yellow and the W7 one is definitely a bit more green. So that's different. So now back to the Stacey Marie palette and I'll be going in with the shade Key Lime. Okay, so that shade's weirdly not giving me a lot of pigment, so I'm going to go in with Acid from the W7 palette. Okay, again, I think the W7 palette went a bit more green and the Stacey Marie stayed a little bit more yellow. I'm now just going to go back through the shades on both eyes and just blend them a little bit more, starting with the Stacey Marie Carnival eye. And now switching over to the W7 eye. Okay, so I'm quite happy with both the blends. I will say the Stacey Marie eye, a little bit easier to blend, and I think it looks a lot better blended. The W7 eye, a bit more effort, and I just think the tones don't work as well together, but we're going to carry on. And on the Stacey Marie eye, I'll be going in with the shade Forest. Okay, so there we go. I've brought a bit of the green back on this side, and in the W7 palette the shade is called Envy. Okay, so I do have a little patch there where it's not sticking. That is the fault of my eye, not the palette. It's been like that for a while now. It's just the fact that I've put makeup on my eyes so many times this week that I've just got a little dry patch on the outer corner, so that is not the palette's fault whatsoever. Okay, I think now it's only fair that we put a little bit of the black on each eye. So in the Stacey Marie Carnival palette, it is called Black Beach. Okay, that went on super easy, not a problem at all. And in the W7 palette it is called Midnight. Okay, in all honesty, that went on super easily as well, blended nicely, has nice pigment. They both have nice pigment. What I'm going to do once more is just go back through and do both the blends, starting with the Stacey Marie palette. Okay, hopefully you can see just how easily these shades are blending. Now we're going to try the W7 side. Okay, so that eye blended super easily as well. I'm not going to sit here and say that I've got two completely similar looks. They look different. This is more green, this is more yellow. However, the shades themselves, like without the competition element, have both worked super well. And actually some of the shades in this palette, like for example that acid colour, that lightest colour, I think works slightly better than the key lime shade. But they both work in their respective looks. Now I'm just going to go off camera and cut the crease and we'll test out a shimmer or two. Okay, cut creases are on. Are they even? Probably not. Does it matter? No. So, let's do a shimmer. I'm kind of feeling purple, and I know that's a bit of an odd one, but that's just what I'm feeling with this look. I want to put some colour in there, and I'm choosing purple. On the Stacey Marie side, I'm starting with the shade Starlight. Okay, I'm not getting a lot from that shade. I'm going to try wetting it. Okay, I'm still not really getting a lot. I think it might be more of a topper shade. So instead, I'm going to go in with the shade Amethyst. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm going to stick to this shade. I'm just going to try a slightly different brush to try and get it up into that crease. Okay, that was more difficult than I was expecting, to be honest, but it's on there. And now I'm going to go in with that shade Starlight just as a topper to see how it works. Okay, yeah, I really do think that has added something. And now what I'm going to do is just try and blend these colours together. But I might have to go in with a little bit of blackberry just to help the blend. But if I do that on this eye, I'll do the same on this side, don't you worry. So I did go in with a little bit of the shade Blackberry, so I'm going to do that on this eye as well. But first of all, I'm going in with the purple shimmer, and in this palette it's called Behave, but with 2 E's. And I did wet the shimmer on this eye, so I will also be wetting it on this eye. Okay, I think that's the best we're going to get on this shade. It's a little bit more pink compared to the bluish side, but now I'm going in with that same like topper shade, and in this palette it's called Unmask. Okay, so that is a stunning shade. I think it did more on this side, but that could just be because the purple shade underneath wasn't as shimmery to begin with. So now I'm going to do the blend on the outside of this eye. Again, I will dip into that dark purple shade, which in this palette is called Van Dyke. Okay, generally I'm quite happy with both looks. They do look very, very different shades entirely. So what I'm going to do now is go off camera and just do my base. Everything I use on my face will be linked down in the description box, but it just saves us some time, and then we'll come back and do the lower lash line. I may try and use some different shades on the lower lash line just to test some more against each other, but for now this is how we're looking. Very different. Okay, so my base is on. I want to do some colours on my lower lash line. I also need to do a lip. I've not done that yet. For my lower lash line, I'm kind of thinking of putting some purples on there, but then I'm also thinking, should I just put some neutral shades down there? Or should I do blue or pink? I don't really know. I think I might go purple. I'm taking this look off once I finish because I actually have to go to the gym. So let's just try purple. It might not work, but oh well, that's fine. So from the Stacey Marie Carnival palette, I'm starting with the shade Blackberry, which in the W7 palette is called Van Dyke. Now in the Stacey Marie palette I'm going for the shade Grape. And in the W7 palette that's called Rex. Okay, so that one spread a little bit further down, that is my bad. And the last shade I'm going for is the shade Tahiti, which in the W7 palette is called Crew. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and blend both of them out a little bit. Okay, those are both looking quite good. I think on this side I just need to blend this corner a little bit, and probably the same on this side, so I'm going to quickly do that. So there we go. I did also blend out the lightest shades a little bit more as well, just to smoke them out. Now I need to pick a lip. Do I have a lip that matches either of these eyes? No. So it may take me a while to pick one. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, there we go. Final look completed. Lash is probably not stuck on properly, but I'm in a super rush to get out of the house. Final thoughts. Both palettes work well on their own merit. That is my final line on this. They both created really good looks. They both blended well, they both worked well. The black actually worked well in both palettes. It's just a matter of how much you want to spend, and I'm not going to tell anybody out there that they need to spend £36 to get a good eyeshadow look, because this is a good eyeshadow look and it only costs £15. If you would like to spend a little bit more and buy the BPerfect palette, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I do think the shimmers are a bit in both palettes, but That's just my preference on shimmers. I prefer something with a bit more of a punch and a bit more shimmer to it. But overall, I'm very happy with both of these looks. They are very different, and I specifically chose shades from the BPerfect palette that were a bit different to my collection, hoping that the W7 one would match up. And I don't think it has in terms of shades, but I do think it has in terms of formula. Some of the shades feel a little bit more chalky, a little bit less buttery, but they work absolutely fine on the eyes. And that is my final thoughts. If you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing. It's all makeup content here, so if that sounds like something you're interested in, then this is the place for you. But other than that, I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day and an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.